Joining me in the studio this morning is Martin, who looks after all of the Arsenal Dublin Branch Supporters Club online activity and social media. Martin, good morning.
Good morning, thanks for having me.
You're very, very welcome. Martin, listen, before we get into talking about the Arsenal Supporters Club, Tuesday night, talk to me. What do you reckon?
Oh God, I'm already nervous. No, look, it's another game, as we all try to pretend it is, but no, it's not. It's a semi-final, we haven't been there for a long, long time. After the great night we had in Madrid last week, or 2 weeks ago now, we're just hopeful, in the anticipation of the game. It can't come quick enough. And yeah, fingers crossed we make a final, hopefully.
I think we've strengthened numbers, and I have to be honest, I think Declan Rice has completely taken over the role from Patrick Vieira. Would you agree with that? In midfield?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, scoring the 2 goals, in the Emirates, just kind of, I wouldn't say kickstart this all of the hype it is, but there was a hype before, and he's actually now stepping up to the level. And as we always sing, he only paid half price. He can definitely play the Declan Rice role. I think he does play a different role now than he played in the last couple of months beforehand. And yeah, if we can play anything like we did against Madrid in the first and in the second game, I don't think we have to. Once we don't have to worry about anything, but we can beat anybody on the day. We just have to come and step up to the level again.
A 2-0 advantage would be brilliant going over for the second leg, wouldn't it?
I was nervous with the 3-0 going to Madrid. So
well, listen, 100%. I was as well.
Yeah.
Even though we were 3-0 up going to the Bernabeu, I was worried.
Look, in modern football, anything is possible. In Madrid, we're cooking this up for the whole week. That they're going to come back. The Remontando, or whatever it's called. They were saying, it had us worried. I think everybody was worried about. But we turned up in Madrid, in the Bernabeu, one of the biggest stadiums in the world. And we just delivered, we weren't just lucky, we delivered, and the goal we gifted them, just to put something against us. But look, if he can, as I said, if he can do the same thing again in Paris and in London, then yeah, look, good things are going to come down the way for us,
Excellent. Now, the reason we have you in this morning is we want to promote and we want to have a chat with you about the Dublin branch of the Arsenal Supporters Club. Now, it started back up in 1989. Tell us a little bit about the history of the club.
Yeah, as you said, I'm originally from Austria, so I wasn't there when it really happened. But in '89, it started in the Evening Herald. They put a little ad into the paper, like-minded gooners looking for somewhere to watch the game. One of our founding members, PG Gannon, and then Joe McNamee, kind of put together, and then it kind of started growing, and it ended up now as we are in the riverbar. We went in the Grand Social, and we were in the Mercantile. But
no, I was in the Mercantile.
You were in the Mercantile,
yes.
So you remember
I do indeed.
It was one of the big parts of Arsenal Supporters Club. We actually celebrated the 25th anniversary last year, or this season basically. And it's amazing how it kind of grew. Unfortunately, we had to leave the Mercantile because of it got renovated, owners changed. But we found the Riverbar, and the Riverbar is a great place. And as I said, the Madrid game was just hopping, and we just hope that we can go from strength to strength, and our fan base is growing, not only in Ireland, internationally as well, and that is all part of social media.
Now, you and I spoke off air before we came to do the interview, and you have a great passion for promoting the women's game. Am I correct in saying that? We
do, and we try to, and it's actually, as you said, general kind of the women's game, is growing over the last couple of years, and we are really trying to find a way to actually find Arsenal supporters or women football supporters, because they've kind of been hiding away a little bit, not wanting to go. We tried, we have our own social media stream as well for the Arsenal women, but it's very hard to find things, and I'm pretty sure they're there, and we just need to find some way where you can do. Today, obviously as well, but not only talking about the men, is a big semi-final as well for the women, playing Lyon away, they're 2-1 down from the home game,
Yeah.
So 5 o'clock coming down there, it will be a tough game as well. But these are the games we would like to broadcast a little bit more, so the game will be on in the Riverbar today, but we don't know how many people turn up, and I think we need to push this a little bit more. You had a good suggestion that we're actually going to go out to the football clubs, and try to promote this game, not only the Arsenal game, but the women's game, and see how we can get a fan base going, because fan base is that what you need, and you need to have this. And when we have 300 people, 400 people in the riverbar watching the men's game, I'm pretty sure we can get maybe not the same crowd, not yet, but we will get a certain kind of crowd, to go in and watch the game and watch it, and it's just finding places where you can actually do it. That's one. And yeah.
Are there any trips or upcoming matches that are you can promote, that we can get some supporters into the riverbar?
Look, we trips, like as you said on the start, we do have tickets. We are officiated obviously with Arsenal. We have some tickets available for members. So we are over every time, in London for every home game. We don't have any official trips as a group planned yet. We had one in 2018 where we actually met a few players. We went over, and we actually due one again. So hopefully next season is our season where we're going to go over. But yeah, the next trip is going to be Munich, I hope.
Right, staying with promoting the Dublin branch of the Arsenal Supporters Club. Social media sites. What social media sites do you use and are you on?
Like the usual, obviously we have our website. So that's kind of where everybody can touch base. But we do have now our newest one is TikTok. Everybody's on TikTok, so myself, putting myself on the line here and doing a few bits and pieces. So TikTok is growing the fastest, but we're also on Instagram, Facebook, and X. We're trying to get as well Blue Vision and everything as well. But yeah, the most ones people use is Instagram and TikTok, and this is where you can actually get all the information what's happening in the club. And information. But if you want to go on our website, subscribe to our newsletter, and we will send you emails, for whatever happens in the club.
Is there a fee to become a member of the Arsenal Supporters Club?
There is a fee. It's very little actually. It's €25 a year. Membership is closed at the moment, but we'll reopen again in the pre-season in end of July. We actually had only one membership for years, but because of the madness what's happening with the tickets at the moment, we actually had to split this membership up, and we have a ticket membership now and a social membership. But yeah, it's €25. Doesn't cost the world. What you get is you get your lanyards, and then you get drink discounts on match days. So if you've gone all over season, you have your €25 back in. And what we're trying to promote is to get as many gooners into a bar and have the community, like Ateta is saying, the Arsenal family. This is really, really important to us. So we have gunners from every age group. We're trying to promote the junior gunners, the women and the men. So every age group is there, and every gunner is welcome.
I saw a post on TikTok with Sol Campbell. Tell me about that.
Yeah, Sol Campbell. As we were in a lucky position that Heineken and Joe Dodai kind of sponsored our second leg away game against Real Madrid. They took over the riverbar. I have to say they did an absolutely amazing job. Down even to the toilets, we had the North London Forever lyrics plastered in wallpaper on the thing. They completely refurbished the riverbar for it. But yeah, and one of the guests was Sol Campbell, and Sol Campbell was here 2018 for the Chelsea game when we played in the Aviva in the pre-season. And he was back again, and yeah, I was able to interview him. He's not as tall as everybody says. I'm taller than him. But no, it was a good thing to see. And we had 250 crazy gooners down in the basement of the riverbar, and Sol Campbell was really taken to it. And yeah, look, the result just made the night even better.
I have to say, one of them back in 2006, the final.
Yes.
I was there.
Yes. Not a Sol Campbell moment.
Right, yeah. But 18 minutes in, we were playing Barcelona.
Yeah.
Right, in the final, and Jans Lehmann in the 18th minute got that red card.
Yeah.
I was heartbroken. I have to say, I really and truly was heartbroken.
Yeah. It was one of the dark moments of an Arsenal career, or an Arsenal fan career, Yeah, let's hope we can make it
turn it around.
Still a chance we play them in the final.
Yeah. Okay, gotta be honest with you, I'm delighted to have you here this morning, and we are recording this because we're going to put some of this up on your social media, and I can tell you that every interview that I do goes up onto Mixcloud as well, so we're going to help promote the Arsenal Supporters Club. Now, I've got lots of friends listening in to me this morning who are Liverpool supporters. They are 1 point away from becoming champions again, Martin. It could be today if Spurs do them a favour.
Well, Spurs, where do we go with that? Look at we just now Spurs. I don't. The point I think is going to come their way, one way or the other. And even if they don't do it against Spurs, they have 4 games to get this point. I would be absolutely shocked if they couldn't do this. But
it's been a great. You've got to admit, like first season for Arne Slot, like, and he's won the Premiership.
100%. Look, hats off to him. I think he was blessed. Having a team around him which was kind of set up for him. He didn't have to make too many changes. He was hired probably for like his good medical records, what he had with the other teams he was managing, and he's shown it again. Didn't have many major injuries, and I think if you look to any Premier League team, with the games they play, we were really not blaming the just on that, but we really had to struggle. And I actually say we're amazed that Arsenal is actually where we are in second place.
Well, considering, just on that, Martin, if I may, considering 13 draws this season, that's a lot. That's to me, and you can agree or disagree, but that's 26 points gone astray.
100%. And this is kind of like if you can, and we have this debate about a striker, and. Yeah, we obviously do need a striker, but we actually need a striker, or we need a player who can score goals when we are drawing, to make that win. That one more goal to make it a win, and then we have a different issue. But I think it will be addressed in the summer.
Well, Havertz and Jesus missing, we've 8 players injured,
Yeah, and we had Saka injured, we had Odegaard injured, they're key players for everyone. And as I said, I think it's a miracle that we are where we are. But look, the depth of the team has to be addressed. And that what won Slot the league this year, that he didn't have to fight for these complications. And look, fair play to them. Did they play the best football? I'm not sure. But look, they're gonna win it either today or next week. And then fair play to them. And we have other games to be worrying about now this week.
I just hope that we don't have to do the Guard of Honour at Anfield.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. So knowing the way Spurs play at the moment, they probably win it, just to spoil us, that it's gonna come to us. But no, let's see how it goes.
Okay, Martin is going to stay with me for a couple of more minutes because we've got a few more questions want to ask him. Now, if you want to get in touch and for me to ask Martin a question on your behalf, our number is 01296 0939.
Yeah, perfect.
Martin's still with us from the Dublin branch of the Arsenal Supporters Club. Martin, are you involved with, is the Dublin Supporters Club, are you involved in any charities?
We do, we don't have one specifically what we do, so we try to support local guys, local charities. So we had Irish Cancer Society where we raffled some stuff at the Christmas party, and the proceeds they went to the charity there. Myself, I do Movember every November, and I'm having a silly moustache and try to raise a bit of awareness for that, suicide awareness. We do have a certain kind of thing. We had a young guy, Oscar, last year, who unfortunately has leukemia. So we got him a signed jersey, a letter from Arteta, and then prizes, and gave him a little bit of a boost, I think. So that's kind of what we can do as a club.
I'd say especially the letter from Arteta, his name was made up. Yeah,
it's just incredible to see. It's just a piece of paper, and whatever. But for that young guy, getting a jersey signed by the whole team, and then a letter wishing him well, wishing him in his recovery, it's just made his day, his life. I wouldn't say his life, but it definitely made it easier what he has to go through.
Tell us a little bit about the future of the Dublin branch of the Arsenal Supporters Club.
Well, the future, as I said before, we keep growing since COVID. We are more on the social media, so that is going to be international. We going as well. We have gooners from America coming in, so we are trying to make it as big as possible. But the unfortunate thing, when you go bigger, it's a lot more work involved. We are all volunteers in the club. We do this on our love to Arsenal, and we're trying to get as big as possible. So this is why we're encouraging people, if they want to join join for, you know, to be with the family. If you want to do something extra, if you want to be part of the committee, if you want to help, you know, making the club bigger, let us know. Just drop into Riverbar, talk to us, you know, because we're always looking for new members. We're always looking for new people to get involved with the club, not only coming in and watching it, but making it bigger, you know, because we do need people, definitely, you know, like even to set up the place in the Riverbar, you know, to put our trophies out there, the flags and everything. So it needs time, and as I said, we all do work on our own. Social media is a big part of it, like ticketing is going to be a big part of it. We're trying to automate it. Our friend from Poland, Darek, who is actually filming me at the moment, he's trying to automate this process, and yeah, that's going to make it bigger. And you know, like willingness of Arsenal, because 5 years ago we couldn't give away the tickets for free because Arsenal didn't play well, but now we're playing well, and it actually grows our fan base, and yeah, more to come hopefully.
Excellent, brilliant. Now, merchandise. Is it cheaper to go with the supporters club?
To buy stuff in Arsenal, not with us specifically. We actually make our own merchandise. We have scarves, we have our own t-shirts, Dublin Arsenal branch t-shirts. But what we always say is, you know, as an Arsenal fan, just join the Arsenal itself. You get 10% off all the merchandise in the shop. So there's nothing specifically what you get. But yeah, look, sometimes we do get stuff from Arsenal. We get signed jerseys, we get some merch. We can basically raffle them at the Christmas parties. But yeah, we want every Arsenal fan, you know, to join the club, because that obviously helps the club, you know, to buy players, to make their day better. And you get 10% off the thing. Plus, you can go into the ballots for tickets. And this is what everybody is asking at the moment. Just become an Arsenal member, red member, and you're definitely going to get some discounts.
Before I let you go, give us the website.
It's dublinarsenal.com. Simple as that. And everything else on social media, it's basically the tag Dublin Arsenal. So if it's X, TikTok, Dublin Arsenal at the back of it, and you will find us. And yeah, as I said, go to the website and do the newsletter.
Okay, Tuesday night then. Are we going to be there?
I'm going to be there.
I'll be there.
You're going to be there.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be there.
Like every Gooner welcome, you know. So let's see, we can make the Riverbar boil over again, like we did. Felt like Wembley Park in the first game. The only fortunate wasn't paper cups; it was real glasses. They were flying up in the air. but yeah, like let's hope we can repeat that.
Now, I've just had a request in.
Okay.
I just seen it there. It just came up there a second ago. Hang on. And I know this is from a Liverpool supporter.
Oh my God.
Here we go. Good morning, Paul. Gary and myself are home. Rare day off. Happy Easter. That was last week, Sheila. Oh, you got your Sheila and Gary are regular listeners to the programme. Sheila won our competition last week, but I'm going to be giving away some Arsenal merchandise this morning, courtesy of the Dublin branch of the Arsenal Supporters Club. Can I just say, Darek, who's on camera, Darek, thank you so much. He's just giving us a thumbs up. And Martin, listen, we'll talk to you on Tuesday, and thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us, and yeah, I hope to see you in the river.
You will indeed. All right, that was Martin from the Arsenal Supporters Club, and the big game kick-off at 8 o'clock on Tuesday at the Emirates Stadium, when Arsenal take on PSG in the first leg of the Champions League semi-final.